Hello there, my friend. This is Fred DeFalco. This is Soul Stop 39 and 40 of 40 total Soul Stops. So we're wrapping this up today with the power of you. 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. Wow. What a beautiful, beautiful, powerful mind. But why is it that mind so many times is in conflict? Why is it that it seems like there's so much fear, so much competition, so many judgments, so much doing about doing and performance versus over here more about love and cooperation and forgiveness and all about our being and our person? What is going on? Why is it that so many times it seems like it's a monkey mind and that it's all about tension relieving versus a collaboration mind and all about the goal mind and goal achieving? Why is it that it can't always be about becoming a person of substance? And why so much substance abuse? Why does it feel like I'm always self-sacrificing and that there's no or control, or I feel out of control, or things feel out of control versus self-mastery, self-control, and all control? What is this conflict going on between our true souls and our egos? And how can this chart radically change your life, the life of your family, the life of your business, and can change the world itself when we learn how to live as a soul and as thermostats versus as thermometers? When we learn that there's a cause so much bigger than ourselves and we're just the effect, but we don't make this the rule of our life, we make this. Let me share with you Soul Stop 39 and 40, because you see, we forgot that there's a covenant with us. It's our birthright. There is a covenant, and it's within our secret heart. It's locked within there. It's called the hidden 920 code. It's not a secret. There is no secret. You're the secret. You're the secret. What happens when you discover and release that fire within your secret heart and answer wisdom's call? This is about your true covenant awakens. And what is that covenant? I'm going to tell you right up front, this is not about religion. I'm going to refer to religion and world religion, but this is not about religions. This is about the whisper of your soul, the power of you, telling you who you really are, the theology of one. You see, we all in our souls, it's just like our thumbprint of our body. It's so different for everyone. It's just like our DNA is so different for everyone. You were made just a little lower than the angels, says Psalms 8:5. You are not made for endless struggle, conflict, and striving. You were made for being, for joy, for peace, for goodwill for all. That is our heart's cry. And it has been ever since we arrived here. We were sent here for that. Yet from the garden until today, yes, the Garden of Eden, whether you believe it is a fairy tale or not, it still makes great life mantras to think about it. There's this tree of knowledge of good and evil versus this garden with all provisions already made for us. And what did we do? We started biting the fruit of personality instead of living from personhood. We forgot from the very beginning. Pardon me, we already belong. We already had everything we needed. We were already loved. We were enough. We didn't need to have the knowledge of good and evil. Personality just keeps striving today to become when personhood simply is the hidden truth of the Abrahamic Covenant. You said, Fred, you said it's not going to be about religion. This is not. It's about history. It's about wisdom, the wisdom of all the ages. At the core of the Abrahamic Covenant was this promise. Look this up, Abrahamic Covenant, and why 4 billion, almost half of the planet, claim to be followers, one type or another, of the Abrahamic Covenant. All will become one people. That was the promise, indivisible, without conflict, without division, under the Creator, with liberty and justice for all. It was never about building empires. It was never about waiting for rescue from the sky. It was not about God doing anything for the earth. It was all about us doing everything for the earth. It was about us creating, not just being subject. It was all about us being not the cause of all that, but the effect, what effect we could have on the earth. It was about awakening what was already written in our secret heart. I go to Soul Stop number 38 if you didn't hear that one about the secret heart. And I gave the history, the background, the wisdom from all different traditions about the secret heart. In Genesis 22, that covenant said, I will surely bless you and make your descendants, this was to Abraham, as numerous as the stars in the sky and as the sand on the seashore. And through your offspring, all nations on earth will be blessed. And folks, this includes the atheist, it includes the agnostic, it includes every single one of us. We are blessed. The hidden code calls this forth. Very simple: peace and goodwill for all. They heard it from the skies, some shepherds out in the field. Today, tonight, it's announced peace and goodwill for all, not someday, but today. But why don't we see it? Why don't we see it? The reason we don't see it is because the religious people hold it back. It's a shell. And it's not, we don't need to trade our tradition, trade in our traditions and our practices. We just need to change this mindset. We need to change his mindset because this covenant was a covenant of peace, a covenant of peace. Now, this blessing that there was talked about was to a person who was Jewish at the time, and it says that your descendants should be as many as the sand on the shore and the stars in the sky. Well, wait a minute. There's only 14 million. 14 million versus these billions. So it wasn't about a physical promise. It was about the spiritual nation, that all of us together, a perfect nation under a covenant of peace, peace and goodwill to all. ALL. Folks, God is not failing this planet. We're failing it. And I want you to just join the 920society.org. Let's think together how we can really heal ourselves first and then heal the earth, heal the world. You know, a cracked soul can finally breathe again. Personality is like a hard boiled egg. That is the tree of knowledge of good and evil, the personality. The heart, soft, pure, full of light, but it gets trapped inside a shell of belief systems, fears, and false needs. We walk around hard boiled by culture, trauma, and tradition. But Twisdomology, it teaches us how to crack that shell, but not the soul. The egg was always complete. It just needed to breathe again. And I'm here with Twisdomology to help it to breathe. Today's invitation: stop magnifying your personality, start mirroring your personhood, your co-creator. Remember, you're not the sum of your achievements or your mistakes. You are not the title, the tribe, the trauma, or the trophies. You are not just a child of God. You are the child of God, a living, breathing extension of love itself. The soul train is pulling into the final stations, 39 and 40. Guess what? No more mourning, no more striving, no more sacrifice, no more sin, no more death. Folks, it's there. It's here already. It's within you. All the traditions talk about a kingdom within you. Just life, just peace, just love, just one heart that already belongs to you. It cries to you at night when the lights go out. It cries to you first thing in the morning. There's got to be something better. It is. It's there. You know what? The hard boiled soul. We were not born to be hard boiled. We were born soft, alive, whole. Life turned up the heat, fear, success, failure, striving, and the shell hardened. The laughter faded. The dreams shrank. You know, I stopped laughing more when I was filthy rich than it was when I was broke. But inside, oh, inside, the yoke of who you are still waits, warm, bright, unbroken. The egg is the soul, personhood. The hard boiled shell is the personality, hardened by life, boiled by fear, boiled by belief system, boiled by survival of the fittest. Or I am, or we are, right tribes. I belonged to a tribe for 35 years. Boy, we claimed we were right. I knew I was right. Yes. Let's think that one over again. And Twisdomology is here to crack it wide open, not by force, not by shame, but by remembering. The shell, the body was never meant to be your value. The life inside is what was always sacred. The cracking is not a breaking, it's a birthing. Twisdomology isn't here to destroy you, it's here to set you free. It's called the theology of one. Your soul has that unique thumbprint, it has that unique DNA to crack the shell with love, to let your life pour into the world again to accomplish that which we were sent here to do, and that is to be healers of one another and of this earth. You see, we just need bigger goals. That's why we feel unfulfilled sometimes. That's why we get frustrated, because it's just not big enough. So I'm going to give you a project. It's called $1 and 1 hour. Crack your shell, my friend. Let the world taste the sweetness of your true self. This is not the death of you. This is the resurrection of you. I'm going to encourage you to go to defalco.com, look at the soul versus the ego, take the habit finder assessment, but join the group. Here's what I'm going to do. I said on Soul Stop number 38, China was talking about invading Taiwan. I said, you know what? If I could get together 9,200,000 wisdomologists and go into the YouTube channel, I call it the kindergarten of life for clarity. And I said in there, when you go look at the 920 Society playlist, and I talk about the 92 thesis, you know, can you imagine if 9 million people, or let's say half of us, 4 million people showed up on the shores of China going, wait a minute, you're not invading Taiwan. It's not the right thing to do. Folks, we're spending billions and trillions of dollars on arms and wars and destruction. And yet we have all this knowledge today, all this wisdom. So I'm going to ask you, join me in the 920 Society. There's a private group right now, it's just a small 1,000 members on Facebook. I'm going to move that to the private group in an app and really starting to build that out now. $1 a month, I'm asking you to commit. Can you imagine 9,200,000 people? The power of what we could do with that every month. I encourage you to go watch a YouTube video called The Boat from Hell, about a boat in the Congo and how they have to travel, and these people dying on this boat, and children starving and being born with disease. Come on, it's not necessary in this day and age. Let's commit ourselves to something bigger. And here's how it's going to work. You'll join the 920 Society. It's going to be a private group. Right now it's just a Facebook group, but it's going to be an app. And you're going to commit to $1 a month, just so I know that you're there with me, that we're thinking together. And then 1 hour per month, I just want you to do something very simple. It's 2 minutes a day. It's really only 2 minutes a day. And that is, I want you to think about this picture right here. I want you just to put your hand down. I want you to think of Socrates. The unexamined life is not worth living. The unexamined life is not worth living. How's my life going? Just take 2 minutes a day. How's my life going? How am I feeling? What's going on in my soul? What is my soul trying to tell me? Hold your hands down to the earth. How can I be a healer of the earth today? How can I be a creator here? What can I do for you today, earth? What can I do for you today? And then it's going to resonate back into your own life. So I'm only going to ask you for 2 minutes a day to think about a bigger picture for your life. And then $1 a month. So I know you're staying involved every month, and that we can take those funds and some of the things we can do to bring about peace and goodwill. And I'm serious when I say that 9 million of us, 4 million of us show up on China's shores and you're not invading Taiwan. That where we can finally convince soldiers that don't want to be shooting and killing and murdering people to walk away, because that they know they have a backup of 9 million people, and that we could help them and assist them. Folks, it's time. It's time. The covenant, it's time to be fulfilled. The covenant that was given to Abraham. So I'm going to, for that $1 a month, I'm going to give you an analysis. Go to defalco.com, take the habit finder assessment, because it measures your habits of thought and the way that you think, what serves you, what sabotages you. I want to make sure that everyone in the 920 Society has that beautiful mind of theirs, and that all these thoughts that are going on every day, all these beautiful thoughts, 12,000 to 60,000 of them, are all syncing together. You're talking about a mastermind? Can you imagine? And then once a month, I'm going to have a Zoom call for as many people that want to join in, because if we have $1 a month from a lot of people, I can buy the biggest Zoom room in the world. Tony Robbins has a great one. I want to have one also. And so once an hour, we're just going to come. Whoever wants to join us for that 1 hour, saying, hey, here's how my 2 minutes a day went. Here's what's happening in my life as a result of thinking much bigger and outside my little box, outside my tribe. When I stopped thinking about my personality and started thinking about personhood, when I stopped pledging allegiance to just small flags, but pledged allegiance to humanity. That time and wisdom is teaching me something so different. I've activated the 920 code of peace and goodwill in my life. And folks, I have a question. If not now, when? If not now, when? Time and wisdom is perfect. And I'll finish with from King Solomon a quote: Wisdom is supreme, therefore get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. And then when you go study Solomon's life, at the end of his life, how it was a disaster, again, it causes you to scratch your head. And so what's happening is that our creator wants to get us away from personality. It started with things like the Tower of Babel. Look that up. They tried to build this tower unto God, and God mixed up their languages. That's why we have so many languages today. Wisdom, time and wisdom is perfect. Truth and wisdom is perfect. And we're perfect. We just make mistakes, but we're perfect. No more issues. It's all mistakes, but we're going to fix them all. If not now, when? And you know what? When you look at this clock, the average human being today on planet Earth lives 73.2 years, I think it is. So I made this clock just to remind myself. This came when I was a 23-year-old kid, when I read a psalm saying, "Teach us to number our days," and I did it exactly with a calculator. And when you look at a lifetime with only 630,000 hours, what are you doing with all those precious minutes? I'm going to encourage you one more time, tap that secret heart. Look at Soul Stop number 38, all about the secret heart, what it is. Wisdom is supreme, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. I hope to see you in the 920 Society, $1 a month and 1 hour a month, just with that 2 minute a day, with your hands down to the floor, to the earth, and just thinking about your life, thinking about where you are. Think about Socrates' quote: the unexamined life is not worth living. The unexamined belief systems are not worth following. The unexamined relationships are not very thrilling. The unexamined business will fail. The unexamined finances causes real problems, and so on and so forth. Let's make this happen together. Blessings, my friend. I'm so glad you were here. Make a comment in the video. If you're on the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel, share it with a friend if it's encouraged you. And hopefully I'll see you there in the society. Bye-bye.